Hello everybody, welcome back to Chiquel's YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and I am here today to show you five of some of my very favorite long synthetic wigs that I have been really loving lately. Now, some of these are wigs that I have loved for a really long time. Some of them are ones that I have just started wearing the last few months and have enjoyed. And some are ones that I have just recently discovered where I'm like, whoa, where did you come from? So stick around so you can see if you love them as much as I do. Just know that these aren't going to be full reviews. If you would like to see the full reviews, I have done some for a few of these wigs, which I will note as I'm talking. And a few of them I will be doing fuller reviews on in the near future, so stay tuned. I'm going to start off by showing you probably my all-time favorite, which is Scene Stealer by Raquel Welch. I have this here in the color Shaded Ice Java, which is the color code RL4/10SS. So this is your standard medium to dark brown base color with some cooler light brown highlights that are just blended really nicely throughout. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right on so you can see why I love this wig so much. So this is gonna be your standard, effortless, long, layered, heat-defiant synthetic wig. So I know a lot of people out there really don't like heat-defiant fibers. And one of the reasons that they don't love them is because they clump up really easily, or they tangle easily, or they frizz really easily. And yes, those are some not so great qualities about HT fibers. However, even though they do all of those things, they can be fixable, especially if you have a straight style. If you want to fix any of those clumpies, tangles, frizzes, all you have to do is add heat. So adding heat to it is going to straighten it out and get rid of all of those things that you might not like about the HT fibers. And if you have a straight style like this one without too many curls or waves, then it's a lot easier to maintain because you're not too worried about taking out all of the style that goes with it. Something else I love about this wig is the lace front. Now, Raquel Welch is known for their beautiful lace fronts. This one, sorry, it's lifting right now because I don't have it tightened in the back right now and it's really loose on me at the moment. But if I were to lay it straight on me, this is a really beautiful lace front despite it being a darker fiber. Now, often when you do have a darker fiber, it's gonna make the knotting more visible. However, I find Raquel Welch does a really great job of making those knots really small and really seamless. Another reason I really love this style is because it has a full monofilament top. So you can part it anywhere you'd like while still maintaining that natural appearance of scalp below. And it just looks like it's growing right from your scalp. So this wig I find is just overall extremely natural looking. I also have this here to show you in another color. This is Shaded Biscuit, which is the color RL19/23SS. This is an extremely popular color. I've actually done a review on Scene Stealer in this color already, so make sure you go back to my channel if you want to see a complete full breakdown of this beautiful wig. So here we have it in Shaded Biscuit. I'll do a spinaroo for you. And I'm not really sure which one I love more, the Shaded Ice Java or the Shaded Biscuit. They're both such beautiful colors. Now, just when you think I'm done with Scene Stealer here, I want to show you that I have actually owned this wig since 2016. This was the wig that I chose for my wedding. I wore this wig back in 2016 and it looked like this back then. However, what are we at now? 7 years later, and I still own this wig. However, I have modified it a little bit because, I mean, it's 7 years old. That's getting up there for a heat-defiant synthetic wig, but I'll show you what it looks like now. I haven't washed it lately, but you're gonna get this for now. Okay, so for this one, I have trimmed the front a little bit, so it's a little bit shorter and more framing the face here. And I have also completely straightened it out. So if you're ever concerned about what will happen if you add too much heat to Scene Stealer and it gets completely straightened out, then this is what she'll be. And I absolutely love her. At this point, I usually use her as my ponytail wig, or I put her in a bun often. I really like doing a sleek bun with this one with my face framing layers out. And the reason I usually wear her in updos now is because since it is 7 years later, the fibers aren't quite as soft and fluffy as they used to be. They're a little bit gummy and stickier now. And keeping her up is just a way for me to keep wearing her and still love her instead of getting a little bit bothered by her gumminess when she's down. All right, let's jump right in to my next wig that I've been loving lately. And let me warn you, this is not a cheap wig. This is one of the most expensive synthetic pieces. This is Rachel Lite by Jon Renau in the color Toffee Truffle. So that color code is FS6/30/27. Now, although this is an expensive piece, it is expensive for a reason, and that reason is because of this cap. And oh my lordy, you guys, this cap is what dreams are made of. If you are able to afford a cap like this, then I am telling you, you must get it because it is so comfortable, so seamless, so realistic looking, and just so, so beautiful. So it's fully hand tied, full monofilament top, ear to ear lace front, silicone on it. I haven't done a full review of this one yet, but that will be coming shortly to you. Let me put this on and you're gonna see oh my gosh, I always flap tags in my face. One time I actually cut my face in half practically because I flung it and it gave me a giant paper cut. So I need to start being more careful about these tags. All right, here's Rachel Lite. She is just plain synthetic. And often I find synthetic pieces are really shiny. This one in particular, I do not find that shiny in comparison to others. And I currently have a ring light on me, so she might reflect a little bit of shine, but in person, I am telling you, this color in particular, Toffee Truffle, she's not shiny. I'll give you a full 360. She just has the most effortless beachy waves going on. I feel like this is your classic beach wave. It's not too overdone. It's not as much as like a wavy day would be. This one is just your classic. Looks like you got out of the water 2 hours ago and your hair kind of naturally dried this way. I just love it. Okay, but let's get back to this cap. This lace front, although it is long, and although this is one I would cut because it is long and you can see it, once you cut it, it is so natural looking. It goes all the way to your ear, which means this is a really tuckable piece. You can tuck it right behind your ears and it's gonna look like it's growing right from your head. It has a full monofilament top, so you can part it wherever and it's gonna still give you the illusion of hair growth from your scalp. She just is so good. I just love her. Now, know that Rachel Lite also comes in an original version, which is just called Rachel by Jon Renau. And Rachel is not gonna have this extended lace front. Rachel is not gonna have your silicone ear tabs or nape, but Rachel is hand tied like this one is and does have a monofilament top, but just has a temple to temple lace front. Your standard Rachel is also going to be a little bit more dense than this one. Your light versions like this one are going to be a lower density. And for anyone who's experiencing hair loss, then a lot of the time they tend to be looking for lower density pieces because that's what they're used to. They're used to having a lack of hair. So going to get a piece with a lower density is just an easier transition into wigs than getting a higher density piece. Okay, now that I've shown you this incredible piece, but expensive, I'm gonna show you a little bit less expensive piece for you to take a look at. And that is going to be Sage by Rene of Paris. And this is in the color Mochaccino Rooted. And this is basically your light brown with some cooler blonde highlights throughout it. And you're also gonna have a medium brown root that I find is blended so nicely into this color. It's just a really beautiful, natural color. Now, one of the reasons I love this piece so much is because of its full-bodied style that it has and all of the layering. You are gonna find some permatease in this piece, but quite honestly, it adds to the beautiful style that this is. So let me do a little switcheroo for you, and we're gonna take a look at sage. All right, so I have sage on here right out of the box. So we're still gonna have that zigzag part here that all wigs come in. However, I will take that out if I can find my comb. I don't know where I put my comb, so we're just gonna use my fingers, which works too. All right, we will expose that monofilament here. So sage has a monofilament center part. And when I say a monofilament center part, that means that in about an inch section here, you're gonna be able to play around with the parting. So that's not a lot of area. However, it does give you that illusion of scalp, and it's gonna cut your costs a little bit more than if it were to be a full monofilament top. So if you're cool with having a center part, then sage might be a really good option for you. So like I mentioned, there is a bit of permatease right throughout sort of this midsection of your weft and at the crown here. Now, permatease scares off a lot of people, which I get, because there's this bad image of permatease that people think that if there's permatease in a wig, it's gonna look like they're wearing a helmet and it's horrible. But no, a lot of the time, permatease is here to add to the beauty of the style. And this particular piece really uses the permatease well because of its layering and because of its longer, full-bodied curl it has. This permatease helps add to all of that. Because could you imagine if this was like a lower density, zero permatease, it would just be stuck against my face and like kind of dragged down, if you know what I mean. This just makes it a fully done look. So this may not be your everyday casual look, but this is gonna be a really great option if you wanna look awesome for the night and want it to look like you've just gone to the salon to get your hair done and curled. Oh, such a nice look. Oh, and I forgot to mention that, oh, one of the things I love the most about this are the curtain bangs. Are these not just the most perfect curtain bangs? If you haven't noticed, sometimes I don't know how to speak English. I just really love this wig. I don't know if it's because I love the wig or because I love this color. Maybe it's both. It's a combination of both, but let me turn around for you so you can see it in all its glory. So this is just a plain synthetic wig. It's not heat defiant, so don't go adding heat to this. You're going to melt the fibers. Just plain synthetic. And I know I was talking about how sometimes synthetics can be shiny. This one I do not find shiny. Again, I have a ring light shining in front of me, which sometimes gives a little bit more of a look of shininess, but in person, I promise you, it's really not. So I haven't done a full review on sage yet, but stay tuned because she will be coming. Okay, moving right along to a style that is beloved by a lot of people lately, and this is by Belle Tress. We've got here Dolce & Dolce 23. Oh my gosh, look how long this girl is. Oh my gosh, I can't even, there we go. She's really long. So when I say Dolce & Dolce 23, that means that she's 23 inches long, approximately. If you loved my scene stealer wig that I showed you very first in this video, then you're probably also going to love Dolce & Dolce 23. The reason why I really love Belle Tress's Dolce & Dolce wigs is that they come in a few options. This option is the full monofilament top with temple to temple lace front, wefted cap. This is the 23-inch one. They also have this cap available in an 18-inch one. So if you want it a little bit shorter, then you have that option. But what I love actually even more than this piece, I don't have it on hand, but it's the Dolce & Dolce 23 hand-tied version. And it's going to have a hand-tied cap, of course, a full ear-to-ear lace front. It's gonna have some silicone ear tabs for you. It is a really beautiful cap. The lace front is impeccable. Everything about it is amazing. But here I am talking about the hand-tied version, and I have the wefted version for you, which is also amazing and at a better price point. So let me put this one on for you. I'm all over the place. One thing you'll need to know about Belle Tress caps in general is that they're gonna fit a little bit bigger than average for the most part. So this one definitely feels a little bit larger than average. All right, here she is in all of her glory. Let me turn to the side so you can see just how long she is on me. She's long. She's a long girl. So all of Belle Tress's fibers are heat friendly. So this is a great option if you want to add curl to it or if you want to keep her straight. And like I was mentioning earlier about Scene Stealer, I enjoy long heat friendly fibers because as soon as they get frizzy, which quite honestly, it does happen kind of quickly, but as soon as they do, you can just take your hair straightener, blow dryer brush and just work through it really quickly and the frizzies are gonna be all gone. So it's pretty easy to maintain once you get the hang of it. So Belle Tress has some of my favorite heat-friendly fibers out there. I find that they are consistently probably the most soft HD fiber throughout all the brands. So I love these fibers. I love this style and the simplicity of it. I love the length. It is long, but I am loving it. And I love the lace front. Let me give you a quick peekaroo. They always bring forward this money piece to help disguise the knotting a little bit, which is really great feature. The one thing I don't always love about Belle Tress caps though, is whenever they go from the lace front into your wefted cap and into the rest of the ear tab here, sometimes the transition isn't very smooth. And this one isn't as bad as some I've seen, but I have often found that going from the lace right into the wefted cap, it's a little bit noticeable. So in that case, if I ever pull this off my face, I will leave fibers in front to help disguise that little transition piece there. Anyways, this piece is an excellent piece if you have just always dreamt of having long, luscious hair. The density is not too thick. It's a pretty light density and there's just not too much hair going on, which makes it easy to look after. You don't feel like you have a giant mop on your head and it feels pretty light even though it's long. Did I say it's long? I don't think I have. Okay, last but not least in my top 5 long wigs that I've been loving lately is Ready For It by Gabor. And I have it here in the color Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice, which is maybe my new very favorite color. So let me take this one off so we can take a look at this one. So if I am being completely honest, I haven't always loved Gabor's wigs. I don't know if it's just because I haven't gravitated towards a lot of the styles or if the caps just didn't seem as well made as their counterpart Raquel Welch, but I just haven't really gravitated towards them. However, this is from their new line where they are using their true to life heat friendly fibers with the exact same colors that they use on Raquel Welch's heat friendly fibers as well. So all of those beloved colors you see on Raquel Welch's, you can find them on Gabor's new heat friendly line, which is amazing. I'm gonna put this on so I can show you something else that I love about it other than this color. Isn't this color beautiful? All right, so Gabor in their new line here has created really nice lace fronts. This one in particular, I find is very comparable to Raquel Welch's lace front. They've brought the lighter pieces forward to help disguise the knotting. It's a very seamless look here. I am just in love with this lace front. Oh, and not only is it lovely, they've also made it an extended temple to temple. So it doesn't end up here like a lot would. This is an extended one that goes all the way about mid-ear tab. So here's the ear tab and it goes all the way to about here. So that is fantastic for styling, especially because it is a beautiful lace front. I'm not afraid to bring it off of my face and have it look too lacy or too naughty. It just looks so seamless. So that's one of my favorite features about this wig, other than its really amazing curl pattern. Although this may look like it has a lot of hair, I would say that this is a light to medium density, and it's quite lightweight to wear. I don't feel like I'm wearing too much on my head. Something I love doing with this piece is wearing it back. I find it makes a really elegant updo with its curls, and I really love wearing it as like a half up, half down. I know this is really quick, but it's also super cute as a half up, half down. It's really easy to style because of this lace front and because of its hand knotted top. So you're able to part it wherever, still going to look like it's growing from your scalp. And it's really easy to style that way too. So you really should take a look at Gabor's new luxury designer series. They have made some improvements on their caps, I find, and on their colors. The only downfall of this one is that it is heat defiant fiber, which I mentioned how I really like heat defiant fibers for long straight wigs, but for curly wigs or wavy wigs, I do find it gets extra clumpy, extra tangly, extra frizzy, extra quickly. And when that happens, it's a lot harder to maintain because you don't want to take out the beautiful wave pattern that there is. So you kind of have to stick to the ends of it, or you're going to have to recurl the whole thing or recurl parts of it, which makes it a little bit harder to care for. So if you are looking to buy a heat defiant wig, then make sure you're ready for the frizzies, for the tangles, for the clumpiness to happen, and make sure you do some research in how to care for it. I have recently done a video on how to recurl your heat defiant fibers, so make sure you go back and look into it. And I've also done a full review on this wig as well, so go back and look for that as well. I'm curious to know, out of the 5 wigs I showed you today, which is your favorite one? Because I have a really hard time choosing. I think I want to say it's Scene Stealer, but then I change my mind because then I put this one on and I'm like, oh shoot, I really like this one, but I don't know. I'm all over the place, but you guys let me know which one you would like. I think that's about all I have to say about these wigs for today. So make sure you check back through my channel for a bunch of different reviews and tips and tricks on wigs. And I'm so grateful for you guys watching today. We'll see you next time.